Howdy all, this is Kicking Dust rather, part 4. Okay, so this is going to be a sniper footage video. Please post in the comments how shit and terrible and puppy-like I am for sniping. I like sniping, I don't know why, people get such a thing about it. When, way back in the day, when I was a lot younger, we used to play Counter-Strike, the original. People used to go, spaz out crazily if you used the Arctic Warfare Magnum, and I don't know. Sniping's got a, it's got a place, isn't it? Anyway, so this is just sniping footage today. This is this is what I do when I play on my own. I know it's sad, but without a squad to play, is look at them all down there having fun, throwing their buggies around and shit. And I'm here on my own, and it's like, oh, I don't want to be kind of in amongst them on my own because you do need a squad to play this. I would stress that. And I looked at some of the comments last night, and I think a lot of you are interested in joining. That's really awesome. Please come join us. I think we're not the most organised bunch. We're not usually the most sober bunch as well, and usually we're, anyway, I won't go any further. You can imagine what I'm talking about. So if you want to join us, please, more than welcome. The corporation in Dust is called the Unholy Legion of Darkstar. Check the comments, and it'll be in there. And the CEO of it is a character called Joshua Evil 666, all one word, and that's my buddy PA, Princess Aspire. He leads the corp. He's an absolute bro. He's a dude. Lord Porter as well. He's an absolute bro and a dude, so they can help you with anything if you need. You don't have to stick with us if you just want to ask questions. Come on in and get on comms, and we'll walk you through it. In terms of the way Dust works, let's just have a quick chat about the mechanics of it, really, because it's squad based, but you're limited to 4, and you can't always guarantee you're going to get obviously 2 squads of the same corporation into one fight. So what we'll do is, as the corp gets bigger and bigger, we'll do multiple squads. So I'll run one, and PA will run another, and all that. But come and join. I think there's always a squad going generally, and it's a great game to play as a squad. Obviously, as you can see, I'm here on my own sniping. Not a very good sniper, not very skilled. Obviously, with the reset and everything, it's all become kind of difficult to do again. You'll notice as well that I am using a mouse. I know, shock, horror. I have to use a mouse. Seriously, me and a PS3 controller is like a monkey with a shotgun. It's just painful to watch. It's almost like watching my dad play. I know that's how funny it is. I'm just no good with a controller. Some things I am. I mean, Grand Theft Auto, no problem. But for some reason, this was just really, really difficult. But I don't know, it's the way it goes. So yeah, mouse and keyboard, you can use anything for this, but I would stress with sniping particularly, I don't see how you could snipe any other way. But, I'm open to comments. Post if you're a pro sniper with a PS3 controller, and I'll give you a thumbs up or something. Yeah, again, I would stress, this is, I like sniping from the point of view that you do get some good kills from it. I mean, I think this is a 12-0 kill-death ratio fight, because obviously no one's going to shoot me. One of the kind of enjoyable things is actually counter-sniping. That's probably one of the excuses where I think you can get away with sniping if you're trying to stop them from sniping. And this is a particularly, I mean, there you go, prime example. Some dude trying to snipe. Oh no, he's not. It's just brilliant. That makes it fun. So I just think if you can really get the right moment, the right time, sniping is actually quite fun. And you get kills like that guy there. In terms of the mechanics, it's a bit like Planetary. It's not too broken. Sniping, I don't think is an I-win, but it's certainly not like a railgun, if you like, where you can basically run around charging around with it. I'm sure it will turn into that. It's not Call of Duty time yet with it, so that's probably a good thing. I think, yeah, I mean, again, in terms of where things are going, I think it's, this is such a cool game. We had a bit of a chat in the channel last night, and it was around some of the development blog that's coming. So I think one of the really exciting things is Titans may soon be able to store mercenaries. So you'll be able to actually do boarding operations. That's got to be the utopia of any kind of game like this. I'm a self-confessed old Warhammer 40k nerd. I read the books years and years ago, and when I was at uni, and I got really into it, really loved it. And Yeah, I think I've always enjoyed the kind of the lore of space battles actually taking place. And think about it, a spaceship's going to be a pretty pendulous thing. It's designed to last in space and warp speeds and stresses and stuff. So to actually kill one's going to take a huge effort. So I really hope that that's something they do. And also, one of the things that I was being informed of is that POS structures eventually will be invadable by mercenaries. So you will actually be able to kind of take control of POS and fight on a POS platform. Now, this may be part of the POS changes that's going to turn them into more of a modular mini station, dare I say. But I think just again, this is why I think Dust is worth investing your time in. If you just kind of sat there still looking at it thinking, who's this, twat from Britain telling me that this is going to be, worth my time? Well, I don't know. This could fail. This could literally, like, tomorrow, this game could be pulled and it would just be dead. But I just don't think it will. I mean, CCP, they do have a good history of backing their products, and I just think with some of that, some of the thoughts around what you could do, like you could lock two Titans in combat, and they can't be destroyed in space, but they can be disabled and conquered. I mean, oh, that sounds pretty fun. So I really do think that as a community, you'd be, and again, if you're new to CCP, if you've never played EVE before. I've been playing EVE for 10 years, and they listen to their community better than I think most other game companies. Probably by far any I could think of, to be honest. I know they get it wrong, don't get me wrong, but they were actually, I mean, where they've got it wrong, things like the the Threadnought, if you know what I'm talking about there, that was my corporation, Darkstar 1. A developer actually entered my corporation without telling anyone, which was a bit dumb, really. But so naturally I shared that with the powers that be, and it became a Threadnought, along with other topics. But this is an interesting thing, because that single incident actually created CCP doing quite a lot to sort it. And that was just one incident, really, which I think they were tackling it from a PR point of view, but I think you have to give them credit, because they certainly did. They made all the efforts with the CSM and all that good stuff. So I'm not taking credit for the CSM being created, but the Threadnought did lead to it. So and that was my corp, Darkstar 1. But well, there we go. So yeah, I mean, I think don't be too negative about Dust. I mean, I think it's got a real future, and I think just with the action you're seeing here and some of the videos hopefully you've seen from before. There's a lot here to enjoy, and I think you certainly won't be disappointed, because I think it's for bloody free. I mean, what more do you want? Come on, it's free, man. And considering what free games usually mean nowadays, that's actually quite it's not bad. Okay, PlanetSide 2 is also free, but PlanetSide 2 is finished, and I'd say Dust isn't yet. So don't be too harsh on it. If you have a PS3 as well, and I know that the whole PS3 thing still, I've got a few people kind of sending me stuff in my inbox, basically saying, look, great game, but I'm not going to go and buy a PS3 for it. I get you totally. I think if you can't afford a PS3, then absolutely shouldn't you not buy this, because PS3 is quite an expensive thing, and I think you should get it for a few other games as well. But I got a PS3 blind. I just bought one for Dust, and I haven't been disappointed. I've, I joined something called the PlayStation Plus network, which is actually pretty decent. I'd say if you've got a spare, 30 quid per annum, it's a good thing to get into, because you get a hell of a lot of free games, and it's like new games every month you can just download. And it's like I guess it's like a library you get access to. So once you've downloaded it, I think you've got it forever as well. So I think the PlayStation Plus alone, just 30 quid, one off per year, has actually made that, owning a PlayStation really good, because I was playing, all the kind of modern games that you could possibly want to play. So, well worth it. And I think particularly with the technology as well, I think that, I've got both PS3 and Xbox, and I'm not going to get into any kind of flaming war, but I just think PS3 runs a bit better. That's all I'm going to say. I play probably Xbox more though, because I play stuff like Borderlands 2 and stuff like that. I actually play it with the good lady, and she's better at it than I am, which is rather disappointing. But yeah, I mean, I think with consoles, I think it was a brave move to make it exclusive to PlayStation 3, but we'll see. I have hopes that may drive a particular type of community as well. But again, just blown away by how many people are really enjoying Dust already. So we played last night. It was a pretty shameless, terrible display from us all. We were really... well, a couple of us were high. I don't condone that sort of stuff, and I'm not going to say who, but yeah, basically a few of us were not particularly playing on all the faculties. So when they were kind of running around the car, like wondering what to do, I was thinking, there's something not quite right here. But it does make it interesting to play with that kind of thing. But we played last night, and we just got absolutely owned. It was funny. Even PA, who is, I think, I've got to give PA's credit. He's probably one of the better players in the entire game. He was just doing terribly. I think he was on a bit of an off day. So I think, and you're gonna have to get used to that. And I think it's funny because Eve is such a different game, because in Eve dying is actually a big deal, and it is in this as well. But in Eve, there's a kind of psychological thing behind it, because when you die, it's kind of like, haha, I beat you. It's like, my ship is better than yours. You're a noob, haha. It's that kind of thing. In this, you're gonna die an awful lot. And I think, and I experienced it as well, all of a sudden I'm playing a game where, I'm playing a quote Eve game, and then all of a sudden I'm dying every 20 seconds. My immediate response is, I'm not sure I'm enjoying this. And I honestly think you've got to get over that. And I don't know how you do that, but you have to accept this is going to be a harsh game, because you think about it, in this game, you're going to load your suit fits up with modules. So, yeah, I just shot my own guy. You will actually load each suit with modules, guns, modules, equipment and so on, each of which you have to buy from the market. You can buy Orium blueprints. Now, what that means is you have that module permanently, but there's something like 6,800 Orium, which I don't know what that equates to, but that's quite a bit. I mean, that's a good few quid. Or dollars if you're continental, or euros, or shekels, or whatever. And that actually equates to quite a lot of money, because that's just one module. And what you need to do in this game is buy modules. So effectively, every time you die, you're going to lose ISK. So I'll leave you with that thought for a second. That's actually a really difficult thing to get your head around, because actually it's not like PlanetSide where there is no economy. In this, there is an economy, and it's going to bite you. Now, it's not huge amounts, because what I would say is every match you do, like in this match I've not really captured anything, to be honest, but I've got kills and blah blah blah, and that'll mean that you get a particular amount of ISK fed to you at the end of the map. So the more you play, the more ISK you get, and you can get a huge amount of ISK just by even playing terribly. You're still going to get ISK. It's pretty cool. Even if you win or lose, you're still going to get ISK. So from an ISK point of view, you have to kind of trade that off. But I mean, just again, familiarity with Eve and how the people are with it. People love to really dominate it. So it's almost like, I can't imagine people playing this game and dying every 30 seconds and being okay with that. Something tells me that it's going to become a problem. So I don't know, we'll maybe see them do something about it. Previous to the NDA, they actually had, I don't know if I can talk about it. I'll talk about it anyway. They had the same Orion blueprints, but they were really cheap, so you could actually just buy the whole module set for basically nothing, which made a lot of sense, because you actually then had all of the module blueprints that you could possibly need for all of your suits. Therefore, dying, I think, actually probably cost you nothing. It was free, if that makes sense. And there is going to be a standard set of suits as well that when you start the game, you're not just left naked in the middle of a war zone with nothing on, because obviously that'd be funny, but that doesn't happen. You get given, I think, a set of standard fits like PlanetSide and others, anti-vehicle, sniper, medic, frontline, and all that good stuff. And the difference between the them and the fits you do yourself is that they are terrible, and the fits that you can create yourself actually are quite good. So like Eve, it's all about finding the right fit, the super fit, the advantage fit, and I think you'll certainly get that in this game as well. There will be logistics with this module and that module, and if you stir it all up, you can get high on it. It's going to be that kind of stupid fact finding that I think people will still do, which is cool, because that's obviously the Eve link is all about who's got the better fit. So two soldiers of exactly the same weapon and an armor or suit can actually go against each other, and then it really comes who's actually fit their suit the best, in terms of shield, in terms of movement, and so on. So and that's really what you can expect from this game. So I think that's pretty awesome. And again, I would stress, if you come into the game, your first impression is going to be, this is shit, I've died every 30 seconds, I'm crap at this, I'm going to install it. It's perfectly normal, you're going to die a lot, and particularly when you start. I mean, when I first started playing in the dark NDA days, I died probably every 20 seconds, and I would have something like 2 kills and 15 deaths. And that went on for probably a good few weeks. But the reality of it is that I then, learned. I managed how to. I fit some proper stuff. I got some suits that were actually good. I got some weaponry actually that I could use at that point. And all of a sudden, I saw a tip, and all of a sudden, I was getting, say, 10 and 10. And now, when I play, well, before the change, I was getting easily, 20 kills. Well, 15, 20 kills, and maybe 5 deaths. So, don't lose heart. It is perfectly normal that you're going to get this feeling of, oh crikey, I'm not really, this game's too hard or whatever it may be. And like I say, it's not PlanetSide. This is a skill dependent game, so the more skill points you have, the better you'll play, and so on. So I would stress, just don't rush into a fight. Get into the game, walk around your quarters a little bit, have a sit down, have a play through the things, finger everything, and then go into your neocom and have a look through the market, look at the skills, look at the suits, look at the weapons, look at the vehicles, look at the the modules. Really familiarize yourself, because again, if you're an EVE player, then you're going to see a lot of similarities, and you're going to get it, because it's not like fitting a Drake or a battleship. This is going to be about fitting a suit. So you'll think, okay, well, an Amar heavy suit has got a lot of armor, so therefore you want to fit armor resistance mods, not shield mods, because that would be kind of dumb. So it's exactly that. So you will see a lot of similarity there, hopefully, with that. And that also, I'd say, is probably the fun part. Plus, you do exactly the same with vehicles. So it's not just about fitting your suit. You actually will fit your vehicles. And I enjoyed myself immensely last night fitting out my dropships. And you are going to see a lot of dropship footage. For this, I can only apologise. I know that they're broken. I know that they're still pretty much the I win button at the moment. But I love them. I think they're absolutely brilliant. And they provoke good squad play as well, because sure, I can fly the thing, but I can't shoot the thing, so I need 2 people on board to actually shoot. And it does become good fun. I mean, I'd stress, if you keep getting killed by, dropships, join a squad with dropships, so you use them every map, and, you will have a blast, I promise you. Join us, we'll do it. There's also a few kind of problems as well. I mean, currently the whole system around the CEO and directors and being able to kind of pass ISK around and stuff is just absolutely not evident. And I don't think, if you're thinking to yourself, do you know what, I'm internet space rich, I have lots of internet space bucks, therefore when I get my dust character, I'm just going to send my character 1 billion ISK and buy 1 billion of everything. Sorry, you can't do that. Seriously, I tried to do that. It was actually the first thing I tried to do, but sadly, you can't do that in the game yet. They may let you do it, but currently, if that happens, basically you're just going to break the market, because everyone's going to buy everything from the market, and the market's going to crash. So, I don't know. I hope they do it, because to me, or they just make everything really expensive. So, like, everything has a proper value associated to EVE ISK. So, your EVE ISK could be worth the same as what's in here. Therefore, a suit and a gun could cost 10, 50 million. So same as a cruiser, that kind of thing. But currently it doesn't. A gun costs like 10,000 ISK, so it's nothing. But obviously that does change, and same with the skill books as well. I think that's going to change as well. But I think certainly something to keep kind of a watch out for. I think eventually it's going to become a bit more easy. And I think we're talking about faction warfare as well. You have to be part of the faction warfare thing to do planetary bombardment as well, because I was sat there in my ship last night all ready to go and start bombarding planets, but then we found out, well, no, we can't do it that way. So that's a bit of a shame, because I think we're looking forward to bombard stuff. But again, we'll wait. We'll bide our time quite happily there. But I think particularly around the dust corp and the dust setup, there needs to be a fair bit of work there to make it a bit more user friendly. But that's just part of the way it is, I guess. So you see all that, I'm just changing my fit. This is something you can do with the outposts, or whatever these are called, supply depots. Again, that's the older version now, but you can see that's pretty useful. Can just, I think I actually got re-ammoed from that. That's pretty lame, actually. Don't know why I did that. I think I'm just in this weird sniper duel with this distant figure that I just can't seem to hit. I'm probably completely out of range as well, but it doesn't stop me trying. So you can see the benefits of the mouse there. It's just so much easier to snipe with the mouse. It's just, I'm sure it's called cheating for some of you, for which again I can only apologise. But I just think there's something really quite difficult about. I mean, how on earth do you snipe with the thumb controller? I just don't get it. But there we go. So there we go. That was our sniping montage. We actually lost. That sucks. But it was a close match, and oh well, what can you do? And I think this is a good example of some of the styles of play. And again, this is a slow video this time. I just wanted to show you sniping because sniping's pretty awesome. And again, got some loot. That's pretty cool. And there we go. Well, 12 and 0. There you go. Pretty awesome, eh? So there we go. Next time we'll probably look at some vehicles, and I'll certainly look at maybe some of the fitting guides as well. But I hope you enjoyed that. Talk to you next time.